Sure, but let's begin with this story. Today, we celebrate one of Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, who turns 88. Born on this day in 1937 in Abeokuta, Ogun State, he joined the Nigerian army in 1958 and was the first military ruler in Africa to hand over power to a civilian government. He served as Nigeria's head of state from 1976 to 1979 and later as president from 1999 to 2007. He also played a major role in combating Biafran separatists during the Nigerian Civil War and took part in international initiatives to end various African conflicts. And to celebrate or commemorate this day, he is making a public presentation of two new books, and one of it is Lest We Forget: Slavery, Slave Trade, Emancipation and Reparation, and Nigeria, Past and the Future. Of course, there's also going to be a lecture happening, typical of former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
Oh yes, and he's a very interesting man. What I really like about him is his courage. He's a very courageous person. I mean, nobody can take that away from him. He was pivotal in during the Civil War in what transpired at the end of the day. He is a man that has kept his sense of humor intact. I guess that's why he's 88 and he's looking the way he is looking. He's still running. There was this event, an international event, that he was to give a speech. When they introduced him, he ran from his seat to the microphone. And I said, it has to be only him. He did. Very interesting person.
He likes to display his strength.
Yes,
interesting personality, someone that has remained relevant despite leaving office in 2007. But Ibrahim.
Absolutely. You know, whether in military or civilian agbada, Obasanjo is one force to reckon with. You know, he's done a whole lot for Nigeria, you know, overseeing the transition of the Nigeria's military role to the civilian role, you know, that then in 1999. So he's done a whole lot. One thing that Nigerians always talk about Obasanjo, talking about history, he was
the country and reposition the country for prosperity as it is. He's one man that hasn't hid his interest at ensuring that Nigeria gets to the El Dorado that we have been talking about over the years. He has spoken about it. Yes, there are those who accuse him of that his tenure was also smeared with corruption and all of it. But then he also brought to the fore EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. He was the one that established it then, and that was because he wanted to fight corruption head on in the country. Unfortunately, his tenure was also smeared by some corruption cases and all of that. But then we can never wish him away, whether we like it or not. He has stamped his name in gold in this country.
You can't wish such a man away. It's just not possible. Obasanjo has a way of putting himself in the minds of people. You know, he's always there. I remember one of I should say his quotes when he said, "Yes, I have advisors. Their job is to advise me, and my job is to take the advice or not." You know, and so many other things. He was careful during his tenure to ensure that the gender balance,
gender parity was to some extent achieved.
He is careful. I must say that. Is from everything I've seen about him, apart from his courage, which I've talked about earlier on, he's careful. He has what I call native intelligence, and he used it a whole lot.
He's still using it.
He's still using it till today. And he is very strong and a fantastic dancer too.
Absolutely, recall that. Yeah, yes, dancer. Yes. He loves to dance. Just like you say, he loves to show that, yes, I'm healthy, I can do this because of my military background, and I also eat well. He's also a pioneer of, you know, not pioneer, but someone who has demonstrated capability or capacity in agricultural world. You know, looking at exemplified by the Obasanjo farm and some other farms that he has across the country. But you know, he had once said that God, history, or let's say God has been favorable. I mean, whatever it is that God does to him has been, you know, favorable for him. You know, from being jailed for treason under the Abacha regime, you know, to becoming president of the Federal Republic of
Nigeria.
The
modern-day Joseph.
Yeah, but then he's also riddled with that of the third-term agenda, which he pushed at that time. But he denied that he never did it. And that if he wanted it, he would have gotten it. But then here we are.
I also talk about the election and all of those issues around
do or die,
it. But
I
do not want to go there because of time. But happy birthday, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, from all of us in TVC.